So Saladmaster is a health and nutrition company which started way back in 1946.
Oh, long time ago.
It's a very old company. It's a 79-year-old company. So what we do is we do a range of specialist nutritional cooking equipment that are scientifically designed by engineers to allow us to cook our food without using, fats, oil, or grease. Or in Igbo, they call manu.
Yeah.
How we can cook our vegetables without using water. How we boil egg without water.
Okay.
And we cook in low heat at 86 degrees centigrade. So the benefit of all of that is it preserves an average of 93% nutrition of the food. Therefore, it turns our food back to a natural medicine. So when we cook our food out of Saladmaster and put that in our body, it heals us from the inside out. It's then difficult to explain how we do it. So the best way is to just come and do demonstration. Exactly.
How it's done.
Exactly, because Frank, at the end of the day, you cannot explain taste buds, right? So the format of what we're going to do today is I'm going to start off first with the aid of my flip chart, and let's talk about the science of food and the science of nutrition. Because my friends, it's not just about the food that we eat, it's what does that food do in our body. Then we go to the part that you would want to see, the magic, the practicals, and that is me cooking your food in front of you. We'll cook fried chicken without anything, no oil, no nothing, no salt. We'll cook jollof rice without oil. We'll cook yam without direct contact with water. Actually, we're already cooking the yam. We cook it with the back, and we will distarch the yam to make it diabetic friendly and diet friendly food. We'll cook cheesy potato, but we're going to defat the cheese and distarch the potato again to make it diabetic friendly and diet friendly food. We'll bake a chocolate cake, but we're not going to use your oven. We'll bake the cake in about 10 minutes only. And of course, we have already cut the salad.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And obviously, we'll be cooking everything in about 30 to 35 minutes only. Once the food finishes off, we'll finish off the evening with something called a pot test. It's a pollution test to show you why we use the highest grade of material we do. Yeah, so what you're going to see here today is the latest in cooking technology merged with our unique cooking methods. So our engineers have been able to do things that nobody else has ever done before. So you will see food prepared in front of you with low fat, low cholesterol, heart healthy, and guilt free. Now everything I have here is available for you to invest in, but having said that, Frank and Love, this is your house and you are the bosses, so you're not definitely getting any sales pressure from me today. The most important thing is if you enjoy my company, if you love the food that we'll be eating today, and if you think the information that you will be learning today is worth sharing to people, please do recommend me. However, should you decide to get something today which will then save us time in the long run, Saladmaster will give you a gift. We call this our first call special. I can't tell you yet what it is right now, but I promise you will love it. Yeah? But the most important thing is I hope I'll be able to change your life for the better today. Now, before I start, in your daily food preparation, what are the things that you mostly consider? Is it taste, nutrition, variety, speed, or cost?
The nutrition.
Pardon?
The nutrition.
Nutrition number one for you, okay?
The taste number 2 and the costs.
Okay, what about you, Frank?
I think that just it.
Taste, nutrition,
and the cost.
Oh, did you say nutrition, taste, and cost?
Cost, yes.
Yeah.
Nutrition, also nutrition is very important.
Yeah.
Do you have family history of diabetes, hypertension, cancer?
No, not at all.
Are you trying to eat healthy, live healthy?
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course.
Definitely. And how much are you willing to spend, Frank, so you and your family can eat clean and healthy food in, let's say, in a month? Say your grocery bill, that includes everything, considering eating clean and healthy food.
You mean what we spend every month or what we tend to spend in food?
Yeah. You, yourself, what do you spend in a month?
We spend roughly 700 pounds
in the food?
Not just food alone.
And the day-to-day running and...
I can't say for sure what we spend in food because we buy in bulk.
Yeah, in bulk.
Yeah.
So we buy.
We don't buy just for 1 month.
Okay, for example, if...
Okay, I think averagely we will be spending around 400 pounds a month for food alone.
Food alone.
Food, fruits, and
everything. Meat, protein.
Yeah.
Like the everyday here and there, go and get it. So let's say, for example, in one day, all your budget is just for one day. And a family, let's say 3, because your baby is not eating yet, right?
Yeah.
So the family of 3 mouths who will be eating in one day. How many times do you eat in a day? Is it
3 times.
3 times? 3 times. So let's say you go to a grocery shop and you spend for one day. So the whole family can eat 3 times a day, clean and healthy food. How much would that budget be for one day? Is it 10 pounds, 20 pounds?
Roughly 20 pounds.
Highest
more than
20
that.
pounds.
It might be
Twen-
more.
Highest 20 pounds.
Highest is 20 pounds. That is to divide it in 3 eating. So
Yeah.
let's say roughly about 7 pounds
Yeah.
per meal
Yeah.
for 3 person
For 3 persons. Yeah.
per day. Sounds about right, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I'm able to give you, I'm able to show you to save 25% of that grocery bill, is that a good thing?
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah. How about your energy, your electricity? Do you pay for your energy or is all inclusive in the house?
No, we pay for it.
If I can show you a way on how you can save 70% of your cooking fuel, is that a good thing?
Sure, it is.
Yeah?
Yeah, that will bring down our expenses.
Definitely.
Yeah. And if you can save 50% of your cooking time, would that be a good thing?
Of course, definitely.
So, if I'm going to show you the benefits of Saladmaster today, and if you're going to invest in Saladmaster, you're not going to pay anything. It's all your savings to pay for your Saladmaster.
Okay.
Okay? But again, see the presentation first, and if this is something that would benefit you, I'll be the first person to tell you, go for it. But if you think this will not benefit you, and you're just looking into them as shiny pots and pans, I'm going to be the first one to discourage you.
Okay, that's fine.
Sounds like a deal?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. So, now, Saladmaster is an American company. This is our factory in Wisconsin, USA. Still the largest manufacturer of cookware, not just in the USA, but in the entire world. One of the things that our customer like best about Saladmaster is its lifetime warranty, which means if you have Saladmaster, that is your cookware for life. You never buy it again. When Saladmaster first started way back in 1946, this amazing machine is all they used to make. This is a master of salad for both vegetables and fruit. Hence the name
Okay, that's why the name Saladmaster came.
That's right. Then over the years, Frank and Love, this has turned to a full range of specialist cookware, but then we retained the name. The name just stuck. Now we have literally done tens and thousands of presentations, okay? Now, one of our customers said, one thing I like best about this machine is it saves so much time. 50 to 70% of the food preparation time is saved. As how you have seen it today.
I witnessed the salad.
Yeah. And, you know, we used to sell this at 500 pounds, but the good news is we don't sell it anymore. Feel the weight of this front. It's heavily chrome plated, never to rust, chip in or corrode. It's properly made, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, the good news, we don't sell it anymore.
So, if someone wants to get it, how does the person get it then?
You can earn it for free. And this is how you earn it for free. Just refer me to your families and friends. After cooking on the 5th recommendation, we'll give this to you as a thank you gift.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Again, our products are not sold in the shops.
Okay.
Would you like to know why?
Yeah.
Now, Frank and Love, if I may ask you a question.
Okay.
If you went into a shop and in one corner you saw a cookware at 70 pounds and in another at 700 pounds, which one would you go for?
The 70 pounds, of course.
Silly question, isn't it?
Sure.
And that is because this Saladmaster cookware cannot talk. So it cannot tell us what it can do that the regular cookware can't do. The only thing that this Saladmaster has in common with the regular one is they look similar. One of our customers said it's like comparing a real diamond with a false one. Together, they may look the same, but these
they
are
can never be the
totally,
same.
exactly, different things, aren't they? So what I'm going to show you today, my friends, is why in the long run, this Saladmaster 700 pounds one is actually the better buy and the cheaper of the two. Now, just to give you a quick price guideline. Now, if you have every single item that Saladmaster makes, you are looking up to over 12,000 pounds. And it goes way down to individual item that starts around 700 pounds.
Okay.
Some of our customers, they get started that way, one by one, and then they work their way up. But most of them, they get a set because it works out cheaper by the set.
Okay.
And our most popular set is the professional set, which is worth 4,571. And what most people do is they spread the cost on a family health affordable investment plan of roughly over £4 a day. Now, love and Frank, if you are to ask me, oh Janet, come on, really? A set of cookware worth 4571? Can you please justify the price, isn't it?
No.
Now, my friends, if we're just talking about this, shiny pots and pans, I couldn't justify that. But please, today is not about cooking. It's not about cookware. It's about your health and your family's health. Now, in the UK, every 3 minutes, one person is diagnosed with cancer.
Sure.
You know that, working in
I've seen
radiography, isn't it? One person is diagnosed with diabetes every 2 minutes. And every 5 minutes, someone is having a heart attack. Yeah. So as we go through the presentation this afternoon, my friends, all I ask from you is to just keep an open mind. Because I'm not here to try to sell you anything. I'm just here to share with you something I believe can improve the quality of your life and your family's life. You just relax, enjoy the presentation, enjoy the food, and I hope you do more. Is that good?
Yeah.
Let's start with nutrition.
That's fine.
Again, as I say, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to share with you something I believe will improve your life. So, have you ever heard of the expression, we are what we eat?
Sure.
Yeah, you've heard of that?
Yeah,
So doctors and
what to eat.
doctors and dietitians tell us that what you eat and how you prepare the food can affect how we look, feel, and how long we live for. Love, would you agree with that?
Exactly.
Why would you agree with that?
A healthy life is a healthy living is a healthy life, of course.
Yeah, health is wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would you also agree with me, Frank, that these are the lifestyle diseases of today? We have heart disease, high cholesterol, digestive problems, obesity, cancer, and name it.
Diabetes, cancer.
Yeah. And these are in the increase in our society right now. It's really scary because it's targeting now younger and younger generations. Would you agree? Sure. Now, these problems have one thing in common. Frank, what do you think they have in common?
The diet.
That's right. Most of them are related to our diet. Would you agree? That's why doctors tell us that if we are concerned with any of these diseases, we actually need to be concerned with all of them because they all link back to our diet. Sure. The biggest culprit is fats and oil. That's why the World Health Authorities tell us that the best way to cure these diseases is, what do you think? What's the best way to cure these diseases?
To reduce your oil intake.
Yeah, oil intake, so meaning prevention.
Yeah.
Prevention, they say, is
Better than cure.
And would you agree with me that it's way, way cheaper than cure?
Sure, exactly.
Yeah. The reason why we also have these diseases is because of lack of proper nutrition in our diet. That's why they say that in a modern world where we are living right now, we are the so-called most overfed but undernourished generation that has ever lived. Now, love, why do you eat? Give me one good reason why you eat.
Of course, of course.
Silly question.
Yeah. To stay alive and healthy.
Yeah, that's right. So you eat to stay alive and healthy, right?
Sure.
We actually have 3 main reasons why we eat.
Okay.
We eat because of TEN, T-E-N. T stands for taste, to satisfy our taste buds, our cravings when we're hungry.
Okay.
Yeah? But food is not just about taste. It's about the experience. You know, when we're eating, we're creating that experience, isn't it? For example, are you breastfeeding your baby? You're creating a bond every time.
Exactly.
Is it he or she?
She.
Why don't you sit down, Frank?
Okay,
He's okay now. Yeah, you're creating a bond, right? And perhaps as husband and wife, most of the time you at least want to eat together as well.
Yeah,
So
we
you
eat
even
together every
probably
day.
in one plate, right?
Yeah, every day.
That's right. So that's number one. That's one reason why we eat. It's because of taste, to satisfy our taste buds and our tummy. Next is energy. The metabolic processes of our body is being fueled properly.
Sure.
And we get good fuel from food. For example, your car. What's the fuel of your car? Is it diesel or petrol?
It's petrol.
So what happens if you put diesel?
It will spoil the car.
That's
Then-
right. It will spoil the
Yeah.
engine. You have to drain it straight away,
Yeah.
right? Same thing as with our body. Our body is also an engine. So if we put the wrong fuel in it, over time, it's gonna knock it down. That's why we have lifestyle diseases. Are we making sense of it?
Exactly.
The third reason why we eat is because of nutrition. So what happens when you eat your food is the body will digest the food into its molecular level. And if that food has got nutrition in it, what the body has to do is to extract the nutrition from it and then feed it to our blood. Our blood will now act as a postman that goes around the body to deliver all those nutrients, those vitamins, those minerals. So we keep ourselves alive and our natural immune system will be at its highest level. And that is the science of Saladmaster. Therefore, love, when you cook your food, you're not only crafting a meal, my friend. You are actually creating the healthier version of your family. Same as when you eat your food, Frank. Your body is not only craving for food. It craves for nutrients. Therefore, if we are unconsciously reducing the nutrients of the food, we end up overeating to compensate the lack of proper nutrition in the food. That's why, we are called the most overfed but undernourished generation that has ever lived. We're making sense so far?
Exactly.
So the next page I'm going to share with you is one of the most important part of a Saladmaster presentation. And that's the single most important reason why really Choma recommended you to us.
Okay.
So if ever you're going to listen to one more thing I say, it has to be the next bit. So how do we lose out on the nutrition of the food? Now, you've seen our yam, we didn't peel the yam, right?
Yeah.
Now, these are the different enemies to nutrition. Nutrition, 7 enemies of nutrition. So we lose the nutrients through this. So nutritional expert says, any vegetable, number 1 is peeling. Any vegetable grown underneath the ground, like carrots, yam, potatoes, the nutrient is found underneath the skin.
Okay.
Above ground, like cabbage, it's in the hard core.
Okay.
What was the first thing we do?
You peel it off.
And then we take this away.
Yeah.
What do we do with it?
You throw it away.
So what does that suggest to you?
So that simply means you are trying.
The key part of and
Exactly. Now, would you rather keep your nutrients intact in your food?
Okay.
I'm glad you said that. Now, that's quite scary because that's just the preparation part. We haven't even cooked yet, right?
Yeah.
Now we're cooking in water. Frank, water shouldn't be the problem because we need it to survive. Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
But what becomes the problem is when we cook our vegetables with water. Because most of the vitamins and minerals found in vegetables are water soluble. And water leaches them out of the food. Yeah? Most of the time, if we boil vegetable, what do we do with the water after?
Throw it away.
So if the sink has a digestive system, it will be one of the healthier member of the family. Yeah. Next is we have high heat, oxidation. Light and air can strip off the goodness of the food. For example, if you bite or slice an apple, leave it on one side, after some time, what happens?
If you slice an apple,
Yeah.
it
Leave it on.
spoils.
It spoils. Becomes brown, right?
Yeah.
That's because of oxidation.
Oxidation,
So how
yeah.
does oxidation take place when you cook? Now,
Because from the heat.
yeah, but how? How does light and air get in the food? So if
It's from the water.
Is it from the opening of the pot?
Exactly. Now when you're cooking your food, how many times you go open, stir,
Uncomfortable time.
maybe you're cooking and Frank came home from work tired and hungry, open the door. Babe, sweetheart, my love, I can smell, I can smell goodness coming out. You go, Frank, you go open, stir, and pinch the food. You do that. Now, nutritionists tell us that if we smell the vegetables when we're cooking, we're actually smelling the nutrients leaving the food. Now, would you rather keep the nutrients intact in your food?
Okay.
So if we're not cooking in a sealed airtight container, we're actually losing a lot of goodness. Next is we have high heat, like boiling. Yeah? 100 degrees. If you want to clean a feeding bottle or nursing bottle, what do we do to clean it? Do we boil? Do we steam?
You steam.
Exactly. We even boil it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And the purpose there is to
Kill the germs.
kill the germs. So Frank, what happens if we boil our vegetables as well? 100 degrees.
You kill the active nutrient there.
That's right. So we also end up sterilizing The vegetable. So by the time we finish cooking, what's left? What are we eating?
The chaff.
Chaff, dead food. But then we want to live longer. Next is we also have steaming. Steaming is better than boiling, but then it occurs at even higher temperature. Because if boiling occurs at 100 degrees, steaming does not occur without boiling. It will go to the boiling point first before the steam can cook. So approximately 102 degrees centigrade, plus it's a wet drip. Next is we have microwaving and air frying. I see you've got air fryer there. Why do you, and you have microwave as well. Why do you use air fryer? What are you trying to avoid?
Oil.
Exactly. You try to avoid oil, cholesterol.
Yeah.
We're trying to find alternative.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
But air fryer releases acrylamide, which is a cancer-producing chemical, specifically ovarian cancers in female. Now let's go to microwave. We cook our food in bulk.
Yeah.
And we warm it in microwave
Yeah.
because we want to save on time.
Yeah.
Right? But every time we put in our food in microwave, it rearranges the molecular structure of nutrients in the food, leaving it less nutritious, plus the radiation that we don't need. So what do you think are all these enemies of nutrition now doing in our food? Peeling, cooking in water, oxidation, high heat. Now, love, by the time we finish cooking, what are you eating now?
Wow.
What's left?
Nothing really.
Nothing. Sharp, right? And then worst of all, we cook with fats and oil. Now, fats and oil, this is the biggest culprit because it makes our food 7 to 8 times harder to digest. It also adds up to the inches we spend so much time trying to lose. Now, definitely we need fats in our body. Would you agree?
Sure.
But we can get it from natural food sources. Let's say I want to fry my chicken. I don't have air fryer. I'm going to use oil. 1 tablespoon of oil is 186 calories. I'm going to make stew. I need oil. Now, would you agree with me? We eat with our eyes and digest with our stomach. Our eyes goes, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
Golden, crispy brown chicken, right?
Yeah.
But our body says, what's in it for me? I'm going to work my hardest to digest the fat in the food. So what will I do with excess? What do you think the body will do?
It will remain in our body.
It will remain in our body, right?
The body will save it and then
Thinking it will be used. Exactly. It just keeps on saving it, saving it, saving it.
Never use it.
Until it's used. But what do? We keep on adding, adding, adding. Yeah? Now, 3 minutes after ingesting oil, if you didn't use it, it goes to storage. But worse, it doesn't only store in the adipose tissues. It makes its way to the visceral organs, like our liver, our kidneys, most importantly.
The heart.
Now, what do you think of this oil if I give it to you to drink? Will you drink it?
No?
Why not?
Because we don't know it as something you consume that way. So you consume it by using it to cook or something.
Now, what do you think of me if I give it to your children to drink?
Of course, it's not healthy for them.
They might try to because they don't know that it's not meant to be drinking.
So meaning, we as parents are responsible for what our children is taking in.
Yeah,
Right? Whatever we put on the table, that's what our children is eating too.
exactly.
Yeah. So now if you don't want to drink it, why then do you eat it?
Because we think it's good for the cooking, not just for the drinking.
So it's not you who needs oil. It's your cookware forcing you to use oil. Because love, how can you fry without oil? Your food will burn, right?
There, yeah.
It will stick to the pan.
Yeah.
How can you fry egg without oil? It will stick to the pan, right?
Yeah, sure.
If I pour this down the oil, the oil down the sink, and every day you keep on pouring, what do you think will happen to the sink?
Of course, it will block.
It will block the sink. If this oil can block the sink with a pipe of that size, how much more to our arteries of that size? So these are the different artery levels. This is the artery of a healthy young child. The second one is building up of fatty acids in the walls, artery walls, atherosclerosis. The third one, surgery is the only answer. The fourth one is a dead end. Which way would you rather go?
Of course, the first one.
The first one, of course. If you're given the opportunity to preserve the arteries of your children and you to go to that position, Frank, love, will you take the chance and opportunity?
Of course.
And when is the best time to do that?
Of course now.
Now, right? How much are you willing to spend so you can reduce this in your cooking process? Does it cost you £1,000, £5,000, £10,000? What will it be worth to you and your family to journey towards a healthy heart? Does it cost you anything?
Definitely.
What will it cost you?
It's just you trying to rearrange what you eat and then having appetite for that. So, because I'm sure once one start cooking a different way, you start having a different taste, then what you eat as well, that has to change.
It will follow.
Yeah, because if a type that like eating, for instance, you like eating pork meat and all that, and the way prepare it in a special way, once you stop doing it that way, you want to change that, so a lot of things gonna change. So
Nothing will actually change. It's just the way you cook. Just
yeah,
change, just taking off.
the way you cook and the taste and all that will change. Then after some time, your body gets used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I see.
Yeah, but actually it doesn't cost you anything. You see, Saladmaster is engineered to the highest standard, not down to the price. The last thing we have on the agenda is price, because we in Saladmaster believe that you and your family's health is priceless. And what would it be for you if you can eat your food without having to add too much of the salt, too much of the oil, but it will still taste sweet and fresh and nice? Would that be a good thing?
Of course, definitely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not only good for the body, not only good for the heart, it's also good for the pocket. Because you'll end up not buying too much oil anymore, too much Maggi anymore, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, now to best demonstrate what I'm talking about, I'm going to prove to you that we have problems. So I'm going to do the carrot test. So nutritionists tell us if we lose color, we lose vitamins, and if we lose flavor, we lose minerals. So let me just grab, let me just quickly wash my hand and grab fork. So, but they put fork, this fork there.